Hi everyone! Oh my god, I'm so sweaty. That like waiting room music had me prepping for war, and I like literally am in my room. Like I work in marketing, but for some reason the music was had me thinking that something was coming. But anyways, thank you so much for everyone tuning into the live. My name is TNT Luna. I take the She series, and today we have so many incredible guests. We always have some really incredible guests, but today we will be welcoming in one person from Upper Deck who will be here to talk about, the latest Upper Deck TCG release, as this is the Battledome themed live, and we'll also be giving away 3 Upper Deck Battledome trading card game sets, like in person. We will be shipping it to you. Shout out to FedEx, shout out to USPS, and we're also going to have another giveaway later. So make sure you keep watching for a chance to win. Because like your high school class that graded you on participation, you will have to engage. Anyways, so just an overview of today, we'll be talking about the new Neopets Battledome TCG with Bobby from Upper Deck. And then I've gotten word of someone from TNT to talk about fan art and Tales of Dacardia and Neopass updates that we have to share with you all. And finally, at the end, we will be welcoming back Dom, hopefully in a Kachik hoodie this time. I felt a little bit betrayed last live, but that's okay, to answer some of your frequently asked questions that you posted on the boards. But without any further ado, I would love to kick things off with a very special trailer from our friends at Upper Deck. If TNT Stage Manager could get that rolling.
Neopia is a world of magic and wonder, filled with enchanting places, magical friends, delicious treats, and dangerous foes. But one place calls to all Neopians, the Battledome. In Neopets Battledome trading card game, bring the Battledome to life and challenge your friends in one-on-one combat. Use code stones to level up your Neopets. Equip them with items. Give your Neopets a boost with paintbrushes. Call on Neopia legends and fairies to join you in the fight. Battle your friends in this unforgettable journey. The Battledome is waiting. Are you ready?
Very cool. I'm like personally headcanoning that that's actually like Dom putting on a British accent to like voice over the trailer. I don't know if anyone else had that thought, but I am so excited, so nostalgic. Makes me feel like I'm watching Saturday morning cartoons. But I hope you're ready. Also, the people at home who are just like listening to the live right now, like a podcast, are definitely confused at like what just happened. But don't worry, the trailer is on YouTube on Upper Deck's channel if you need to watch it again. But without any further delay, I would love to welcome our first guest from Upper Deck, Bobby the Battledome Baddie.
What is up, everybody? I'm so stoked to be back.
Hey, Bobby. I wasn't here the last time you were here, so I'm very excited to meet you, meet you. But yeah, we're super glad to have you here. And can you just sort of introduce yourself and maybe tell us a little bit about what you do at Upper Deck?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Bobby Kubert. I use he, him pronouns. And I'm the product manager and creator/game designer of Neopets Battledome trading card game.
Wow. Also, the full legal name is guys, at like people are gonna add you on LinkedIn right after they follow the Neopets page. But Bobby, I'm noticing you've got some really cool things in your background. Could you like share with us? Like I see Judora, like I see the Queen is watching over you. What's going on there?
Oh yeah, doubt. So of course we have the Queen over on this side. Pulling up card of one of our secret rare cards in Neopets Battledome trading card game. It's like the big hit in the set. Super cool. But over here, we got this baddie, Jadora, in our exclusive gallery print. This is available on upperdeckstore.com. They're limited to 250. And then we have the exclusive ones, which is Sarah and Daisy. Her Grooslins limited to just 100. Super cool.
So cool. I got my own, and they're really legit. Like the print is so thick. Like have you ever used like 2-ply toilet paper for the first time and then you're like, this is luxurious? Like that's how I felt getting the print. It is so thick, it's so high quality, it like doesn't bend. Definitely get them. I got like number 151 or something, so they are gonna go fast. But guys, pick those up. And so it looks like you blew up one of the TCG cards and you have like these ongoing releases. Can you sort of tell us about maybe the TCG that was released and what the process for creating something like that was?
Yeah, absolutely. So the entire process took about give or take a year and a half. So I started designing the game back in October of 2022. And I started working here just a couple months prior to that. I started working at Upper Deck. And, I was blessed with the opportunity that we had already signed on with Neopets, and they gave me the opportunity to not only work on it as a product manager, but also game design it. So that was super, super neat. But yeah, as the cards come together, one of my big goals is the cards telling me how they want to be played. So I think about what would Jadora do in a set? What would Fiora do in a set? And as a big nerd fan of the lore, it was really fun to be able to create those cards and those different designs. From there, I do my game design while we also have graphic design and art going on at the same time, working with incredible artists that have worked with Neopets in official capacity before, and artists that are brand new to working on Neopets officially, but all fans. I know we'll talk a little bit about the art later, though.
Oh, no,
yeah,
not at all.
Those three together, smash them together, we got a card game.
Oh my, that is so cool. And I also, as a longtime fan who now works for Neopets, I love seeing people who have like genuinely played the game and care about the game, sort of work with our team. But how did you start playing Neopets?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
No. I just want to know how you got into Neopets. How did you start playing Neopets?
How did I start playing Neopets? Yeah, 20 years ago, I started my account. Some of y'all are friends with me on Neopets. I'm a big fan of Neopets. So it was around Champions of Meridell that was kind of like my first, not totally participating in. I was really young, but I was more learning about the lore and gaining the appreciation of the lore. And Anthony Conley just really brought those characters to life, like Jaren and stuff. Also, shout out, happy birthday, Anthony Conley.
Happy birthday, Anthony Conley.
So, yeah, and I feel like some of Anthony's work and whatnot are really what brought me to where I am today and what I do as my professional career as a game designer. Really started with some of those with Neopets.
So cool. And I will be adding you after this. I can't believe people are Neo friends with Bobby. I'll have to get in line. But yeah, so the TCG launched yesterday and we're going to get into it a little bit. But before we do, can you let me know where and how can we get this TCG?
Yeah, so the TCG, we absolutely encourage you to go to your local game store and get them hooked up with the TCG into their shops by hitting up their distributors. And it's also available on upperdeckstore.com, where you can pick it up today. And it's available as of yesterday. Crazy. Just launched. But yeah, the real deal is getting you into your local game stores and having them carry the product.
Very cool. And I know, this is only in US and Canada right now. Do you guys have any plans to maybe, expand the regions that it will be available in?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's definitely something we want to do. Hopefully we get the capacity in the future. But as of right now, we're looking into it still. I don't have any official news. But I know my Battledome baddies ask me about it every single week, and they know that they'll know as soon as I know, and we finally get that information.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. And also, since the TCG is out, and I know you guys are going to be at San Diego Comic-Con in 2024, as will we, do you have any opportunities for the Upper Deck TCG at San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah, I am so stoked for San Diego Comic-Con, and I cannot wait to see everybody there. One of the big things we're doing is we're letting you become a Neopet. So all of our Battledome baddies, come over to our booth at San Diego Comic-Con, and you'll get a chance to have your own personalized trading card. We got an awesome picture up right here too. We are at booth 307, so make sure to come see us there. And you can get your own Battledome baddie Neopets card. Super stoked. Defender of Neopia themed. It's that Judge Hog background. I'll be at the booth for most of the time. And then I'll be doing a panel too with Dom, so I'm super stoked for that. You definitely find us booth 307 at San Diego Comic-Con.
So cool. No, first name, last name is killing the game. I personally am like, I want to get a Dom like card. Like, I have no interest in making myself a card, but I will be getting Dominica Cheek Hood at like if whatever it takes at San Diego Comic Con, we're getting Dominica Cheek Hood
It
as a
has to be.
card.
I'll bring my Kachiko just to make sure it's there.
As backup in case like Dom forgets to pack it again.
Right.
Love you, Dom. Dom's like backstage listening to all this. Like, I don't know what I've got myself into. Very cool. Anyways, you know, I know we've been saying like TCG and trading card game and showing it off, but there are a lot of players that might be hardcore Neopets fans, but literally have never heard of like a TCG in their life and like don't know how to get into it. So could I just ask you, like, what is a TCG? You know,
Absolutely.
bare bones.
Sure. I'll try to give my quick. I mean, I could talk about what is a TCG in theory for hours, but I'll give my quick version. We don't
How is the TCG feeling?
The gif of the lady with all the
with the math, yeah.
So the TCG, really what it's about is creating a deck out of cards that you pull from booster packs or work with the starter deck to be able to create a deck of 50 cards with additional Neopets and other things as well, in our game in particular. But it's about deck building and then one-on-one battling against your opponent. But TCG is really what it's about, though, yes, it's a game, but it's really about community coming together on the tabletop and playing fun games together. I think that's really what TCGs are all about.
Yeah, no, the community aspect sounds incredible. And I would love to learn more how it works. So can you maybe show us a little bit about how the game is played?
Absolutely. Let me switch over to my other camera here.
Top down, so fancy. All right, Bobby, I'm
Top
just gonna
down.
sit back. I would love to see just take us through enough to get us enticed.
Yeah, let's do it. So I know we got a lot of Neopets fans here, so I'm going to do my really quick version of how to play for somebody that already knows a little bit about Neopets. So starting off, here's my hand. Hello, I'm not a hand model, sorry. The most important part of Neopets is, of course, Neopets. So it's a main character-based game where you have your Neopet as your main character here. We're using a Dacardia. Dacardia has a couple stats on her. She has attack, defense, agility, and hit points. Those are the red, blue, yellow, and green numbers there. We'll get in a little bit more to what that is later. The game's really simple, though. It has 4 phases: draw, train, prep, battle. So you can make your deck of 50 cards or get one of our starter decks. I'll show those at the end. And we're going to start by drawing a card, a hand, which we call your inventory of 5 cards. Can you guess what the inventory limit is in this game, Luna?
50?
You nailed it. It's 50, just like the site. So we have our Neopets. Draw is really simple. I'm going to take a card from my deck and add it into my inventory. And then train, just like the browser, we're going to use code stones, like the EO code stone here, hardest one to find. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide it under our Neopet, and Akara starts without a level, and now Akara is level 1. So that is our training phase. We're going to the training academy, building up, increasing our level, and increasing one of our stats as well. In this case, Akara got some extra attack. So then there's also the preparation phase. In the preparation phase, you can only play 1 card. And there's a couple different card types. I'm going to go through them really, really quick and tell you a little bit about how they work. So the different card types, we start off with the legends, and we call upon the aid of the legends of Neopia, like Corbat Defender here, one of our defenders of Neopia. But we also have people like the Money Tree and Pant Devil and other famous characters in legends from throughout Neopia. They have a little symbol in the top corner. That's going to be their level requirement, this guy right here. So it shows that Pant Devil required to be at least level 1. We are currently level 1, so we'd be able to play Pant Devil. Legends, what they do is they do the thing that it says on the card, and then they go to your discard pile. There's also potions that work just like equipment, but usually they require a die roll because they're a little bit stronger. But same thing, play the card, does the thing, go to the discard pile. We also have equipment. So I want to play a couple here. We got a red scorched stone and a sturdy blue sword. We have two different types of equipment in the game. There's going to be passive and then activated abilities. So passive abilities say something like gain 1 attack. Super simple. You're just always going to have that attack. And then we also have equipment that has an activated ability like the red scorched stone that says when this happens, you can do this thing to do this thing. So in this instance with red scorched stone, it says when you're taking damage, you can send it to the discard to reduce the damage taken by 2. Very similar to how it works in the actual Battledome. We also have the power of the fairies, like Athea, the battle fairy, that comes into play. And pretty much what these fairies do is they allow you to do something additional on your turn outside the normal scope of the game. So they kind of break the rules a little bit and add super powerful effects for your Neopet to help you in battle. Now I'm going to show you one of my favorite card types, food. Food works very similar to potions and legends. However, when you play a food like the hot dog here, your parents always told you don't play with your food. So I made that rule here too. So you can usually only play 1 card per turn, but food doesn't count as a card played. So you can play food during any phase at any time during either player's turn unless stated otherwise. And then afterwards, instead of going to the discard, it goes to the void, like the void of your stomach. We also have probably everybody else's favorite part of the game, paintbrushes. So how these paintbrushes work is I can play my paintbrush, and then a car is going to walk her way over to the rainbow pool, just like in the browser. And then she's going to come out as a Starry Akara. So now Starry Akara has a little bit stronger stats. So she boosts up her defense, boosts up her agility a little bit. And yeah, there we go. We got Starry Akara on here. Super cute, super cool. Art by Ash Warner. Love it. That's everything you can do in your preparation phase. We then go on to the battle phase, but I'm going to save that for another time because that's a pretty long explanation. However, we are coming out with the how to play video within the next couple days or next week. And we'll have a lot more information about that battle phase very, very soon.
Thank you so much. No, I can't wait for that video to come out. I will be watching it religiously. Also, send to the discard pile my new favorite phrase, my new email inbox status.
I love that.
But, you know, something I wanted to ask you that I have been seeing around is this new Neopets TCG compatible with older TCG decks?
It's not. This is a brand new TCG with a brand new system that I created. So unfortunately not going to be compatible with the old cards, but that means there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of brand new cards to collect and play with. So that's super exciting.
Yeah, that's honestly something I'm personally really excited about because I feel like I never had the chance to like get into a Neopets TCG or ever play one. So I'm so glad that we're all like on the level playing field of starting in 2024. Because I would hate to go into a battle and then someone's like, my super ultra card from 2002 is gonna kill you, and I'm like, ugh. It's very exciting.
No doubt. There's some really easy ways to get started too that let me tell you about real quick. So we have both of our starter decks. So we have our Starry and Fire starter decks. Probably a best place to get started for someone like you that hasn't really played TCGs before.
So cool. No, I love it when things are just handed to me because I am so bad at figuring things out. But speaking of, you know, battles, will there be any TCG tournaments held?
Yeah. So we just announced yesterday the official Battledome League, which is going to be our official organized play program for Neopets Battledome trading card game. So those will be at your local stores. That you can also get a chance to get promo packs that have some exclusive art in them by Anthony Conley.
Wow.
I shared those yesterday on the Upper Deck stream. So if you haven't seen them yet, go back and check them out. They're also on neomerch.com. You can see them there. But our big one, our first world championship, is going to be held in just over a month from now. Oh my gosh. At Gen Con in Indianapolis, Indiana. And that is going to be the world's first official Battledome Championship that I cannot wait for people to come to. Crazy prizing. We have awesome play mats to give out to all participants, plus a trophy. We have giant cards. We have additional play mats. We have additional product to hand out to people in the top 8. So yeah, we're really hooking people up at this big tournament.
No, that is so exciting. Someone on the Neopets team was like, hey, like, since Gen Con's after SDCC, like, do you want to go and support Upper Deck? And I was like, my sister's getting married, and how dare she get married?
How dare she?
How dare she get married during Gen Con? I was like, I can't believe that I have to be there for her wedding when you're gonna have giant cards. Speaking of the cards, again, I can't stop looking at your background. Like, I can't stop thinking about how great the art is. Could you, give us some tea about or just some info about the artists who were involved in the creation of the TCG?
Absolutely. So I've said the name 20 times already, but Anthony Conley's the big one. I'm a huge, if it's not obvious, I'm just a huge fan of Anthony and all the work that he's done for this brand. Also, again, happy birthday. Everybody go tell Anthony happy birthday. So Anthony is the big one of the big featured artists on our game. Besides that, we have over 10 other artists, all with great representation. Most of our artists are part of the LGBTQIA plus community, as well as a lot of female artists, and actually all female or LGBTQIA plus, besides Anthony. So it's an awesome representation of the art, and the art is just absolutely beautiful. Our art director, Emily Mazza, has done such an incredible job finding these artists within the Neopets community. That's a big part of it. Is every single person that works on Neopets Battle and Trading Card Game is a fan of Neopets. We went out, looked for people that have posted fan art, and that's really the way that we've been grabbing these artists.
Awesome. Yeah, that's honest. Again, it's always so great to hear that people who play and love Neopets have been working on these projects. But do you guys have any plans for future TCG expansions?
Absolutely. So we'll see the first expansion of the game in just a couple months, right around the 25th anniversary of Neopets in November.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. So we'll see our first one there. After that, we're hoping to see at least a couple more than a couple, several every single year. This will be complemented with accessories like deck boxes, sleeves, play mats, etc. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of content coming out within the next few years here.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, we'll follow you on all of your socials. And guys, follow the Neopets LinkedIn. We'll be following you on all your socials to keep up with all that information. And now, for those patiently waiting, we will get into the giveaway portion of this live. So guys, basically how it works is we're going to be giving away 3 TCG sets. So you have to comment an answer to a question I'm about to ask. And then the Meepits who are working with TNT Stage Manager backstage will select some entries that catch their attention and pin the winning comment. And, if your comment is pinned, your winner will read it out. So get ready to answer the question. And Bobby, you get ready as well, since we'll just chat about it. But the question is, if you could make anything in Neopia or the world of Neopets into a TCG card, what would it be? And before anyone says that one photo of who, Borovan, don't say that. But Bobby, you go. What would you make into a TCG?
My favorite item in the game is the completely non-lethal sandwich. Literally just a sandwich with the freaking Glock hanging out of the top of it. It's so funny.
No, the art in general is always so funny. My personal favorite that I need to see in TCG, Bobby, you have the power. Bring in the depressed potato. You want to do it.
I'm the person that decides what goes in the game. I can probably make it happen.
Okay, problematic periwinkle plum with a deco profile picture says, I desperately want a tropical food shopkeeper TCG card. He doesn't even have a name. You're speaking to the right people. Bobby's got the power. Oh my. Okay, reading the comments, people want dead chia. Bloat Be Gone. We still have slots for 2 more winners. Just waiting for y'all to catch the attention of those meepits.
We're wanting a Zobi. We're wanting asparagus chia. Love that.
Bold. Okay, but love that, but also bold choice of all the chias. Of all the chias, asparagus
That's
Zobi.
the one. That's the one.
Laura Whittington says, oh my god, okay, I'm gonna let you read. I can't pronounce Neopets on live ever again because I'm gonna say it wrong. So Bobby, you can read this one out.
Spotted cow? How do you say
Ta!
it? What did you just say?
Ta!
That's no.
I know that's blatantly wrong, and I know that we have a Neopets pronunciation page, but like, ka.
That's incredible. I've never heard
Bob's like, I am so glad my time is up because I'm leaving. All right, well, congratulations to our 3 winners. Please message us on our official Neopets Instagram or Facebook with a screenshot of your winning social media profile. We know who you are since we pinned your comments. And if you didn't win, don't worry. We've got a second giveaway coming after our next segment. But that concludes our time. So thank you so much, Bobby. It was lovely having you.
Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you. We'll talk again very soon, I'm sure.
See you soon. Bye, Bobby.
See ya.
All right, yeah, you guys. So make sure to check out Upper Deck. I'm going to get Bobby's Neopets username from him, but for me personally, not for you. And you should also be able to find the links to the Neopets Battledome trading card game in the descriptions. But for our next segment, I've brought in my favorite coworker and upside down Christmas tree owning virtual desk mate, TNT Fally. So we can welcome her in.
Hey everyone, how are you going? How you going, Luna? I haven't seen you since about 10 seconds ago.
Haven't seen you since our 8:45 a.m. meeting.
That's totally not true. We would never do that.
Yeah, so all right. Well, could you just really quickly introduce yourself for us, share your pronouns for the people that may not know?
Sure. So I'm TNT Fally. My pronouns are she, her. I'm also one of the marketing meepits alongside Luna. We have lots of fun here on our social media. So yeah, like us, we're super cool. Did I miss any question?
No, not at all. I'm just gonna move ahead. Oh no, actually, you know what? What would you make into a Neopets TCG?
I would say that if I could pick anything, because I'm a little bit on the weirder side, I'd pick a pile of slightly chewed socks item. That is my totally non-scripted, non-researched answer to that question. I look at my search history just because I knew there was a weird sock. There's lots of weird sock items. What am I saying? But I like the slightly chewed ones. What can I say?
Very cool, very specific. Not going to read into that at all. And, we're the marketing meepits as we refer to ourselves. So I know that you have some answers that we can share that I've been getting from the community. But while I've got you here, could you give us an update on the fan art program?
Yes, absolutely. I know that has been something that the community has been wanting. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give us a little sneak peek of the page. We've been working with our dev team and our, awesome behind the scenes Neopets and TNT staff members to get this up and running. And we've got a little preview that it is up. It is coming. We are working on it. As far as the rest of the updates go, I can confirm that we have been sending out, or we have pretty much finished sending out all of the acceptance emails to the successful submissions for the fan art program. And the stage that we're in now is we're waiting for everybody to respond to us to give us that information that we need to then pop them onto the fan art page when it is ready to go live. And then the next stage after that is we're going to be sending out those emails that let people know that unfortunately they haven't made it into that first intake. The reason why we have been holding off sending that email out to people is because if for any reason our first intake someone drops out or doesn't respond to us, becomes inactive, and we have a spot open up, we want to be able to bring in another artist to come in and fill in that spot and get that intake completely full and give as many artists the opportunity to be in that first intake, because we got about over 200 submissions as I think I've rattled on the Discord 1,000 times, and it's been so difficult having to select just a very small intake for that first bandwidth that we had. It's actually heartbreaking as an artist myself to have to kind of cut submissions because all of them are fantastic. And the submission sort of selection process was very thorough. We wanted to make sure that we were doing the best job possible. We had variety. We gave a mixture of different artists the opportunity to be part of that first intake. But we will be contacting everyone eventually. We just want to give those submissions that time to get that information in and potentially fill in that spot if we can. Besides that, we're kind of aiming for that to be finalized in the middle of July. That's our kind of aim. We know this has been a bit of a slower process for the community and ourselves being the first time. But with all of the plot and Outdoor Cup coming up, we have unfortunately had a little bit of a struggle with our bandwidth, but it is still happening behind the scenes. I promise you, I do come into work every day and try to do my best. Besides that, Sosu has been really helpful. You can probably go to the next slide. In the meantime, he has done a fantastic job starting his own pet page as a bit of a directory for a mixture of the submissions that will be part of the first official intake. But at the moment, he's also compiling a list of submissions that haven't made it yet, or we're not sure if they've made it yet, just so that we've got, a mixture of official and unofficial submissions coming in. So check that out. I'm not sure if that's live yet, but it will be very soon. He's done an amazing job at that. He's a fantastic designer. So thank you for all of the effort you've popped in. The link is on that slide. Awesome. And we don't, unfortunately, have any updates on a commission board on the website yet. That is something we're working on alongside our CS team when we're kind of looking at the relaxing of the rules. So it's a big project, unfortunately. We're kind of held a little bit hostage by those changes, but we are trying. And I think, and a lot of my updates are coming on Discord at the moment because that's where most of the art community is active. But I am working on getting more updates kind of officially on our socials and on our news and page. It's just,
and we'll be on the art board too. I'll make like an art board and you guys can find us there. We just want to get this information out there, but we're super excited.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. I tried to speed through that, so I didn't take up too much time.
Oh my God, no, I'm so sorry. No, I'm just sorry that I was just like yapping with Bobby earlier, and now we're like pressed for time, and people are like, shut up.
I loved it. No, but basically, if you have any questions, reach out to Sosu, our community ambassador. He chats with me a lot, so we do kind of give him as many updates as we can, and then look out for those official posts and things on our website. The reason there haven't been any is because we really have just been at a bit of a standstill, a bit of a standoff with our CS team and our team doing the website and the new page and things like that. But that's pretty much my only update. The thing I want to know about, because I have questions that I don't know the answer to, is can I use Neopass yet? Can I use it without my account disappearing?
You could always use Neopass, guys. I as you all may or may not know, I'm a huge Neopass fan and advocate, and I know that there have been, some issues that people have been experiencing, and we are working so hard to fine tune all of these. So I have actually a few Neopass updates that I will be posting on the board in the news as well later, but also just wanted to bring them up during this AMA. But some of the updates you made are now you can change your email on your own in your Neopass settings page. This is only available to change once every 365 days, just for safety purposes. And we've also added Google SSO and multiple single sign-ons. So you can sign up or log in and link your Google account or any of your social media accounts. Follow us on LinkedIn. And then you can also unlink your SSOs from Neopass at any time with no limitations. And finally, there have been some bug fixes. So there might have been some people who experienced issues migrating their Neopass account over to Neopass. And our CS team has been working really hard to get all of those accounts successfully migrated. And it should be running smoother now since we patched some of those bugs. But if you had any trouble creating a Neopets account with Neopass, reach out to support team, read the FAQ. There's some really in-depth guides that we've put together. I know that everyone is dying to get on Neopass to pretend to talk to their crush. But actually it's like them on the Neo boards and it's you're using multiple accounts, but we're constantly working to fix those issues to make it a better experience. And if you're, for some reason, you're not looking to link your Neopass to like talk to yourself on the Neo boards, and you're like a cool normal player, and you want to say use your Neopass to link your Neopets account to our new app, Tales of Dacardia, then make sure you do that as well, because if you play with Neopass on Tales of Dacardia, then you get in-game rewards. Actually, speaking of Tales of Dacardia, or as we call it, Tada, are you able to share any updates we've made there, Fally?
I can share some updates. So I'm not, I haven't been part of like the creation of the game, but I have been in contact with our team and I do talk to them every day. And we do have some updates for you from the Tada side. So as far as the classic site rewards go and the issues go with Neopass, most of the issues with the login have been addressed now. So if you can't connect your Neopass account to the game, please send a ticket in so that we can actually look at that more in depth. There were some issues with users not receiving their Neopets Classic site rewards. This should also now be fixed. So if you're able, you should be receiving your rewards within about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is not the case, again, please contact customer support.
Mm-hmm.
There are some on-site events that are coming. So we are planning to tie in our on-site events with the Tales of Dacardia game, and this is going to include some themed micro games, some new item packs that are coming out every month, and we are planning more events. And the bigger update is, yes, we have got the Chapter 2 planning and coming very soon as well. I don't know any exact dates, but that is in the works. So I know that is something that the community has been asking us a lot about. Mm-hmm. And yes, it is happening hopefully soon.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your updates. And now, I know that people like, I don't really want to listen to Luna talk about Neopass, but I'll do it for a giveaway. Let's just get into our second giveaway. So because we had Upper Deck here, we actually want to give away the Arcade Shoiryu that was an SDCC exclusive in 2023 to 3 Neopians who comment. And as always, you will need to comment something. And if you see your comment pop up on this live, you're a winner, baby. So, Fally, you want to ask the question? Or I'll ask and you answer, because actually I would rather you answer than me answer, because I don't have an answer.
Oh God, I've got pressure on me next. I don't have an answer either. Okay, go for it.
No, you have to. The question is, guys, if you could make any avatar on Neopets, what would it be? And I know that you have so many, and I know I'm about to read 300 comments that say dead Gia.
I'm going to be biased because I created these characters, but I would love to make some Puzzle Hunters Club avatars, which I think Sosu has already done. But I would love to have those come on site. Maybe
every avatar I want to make, Sosu's like, I actually have that and 200 more. And I'm like, Sosu has more hours in a day than I ever will.
He's such a beast when it comes to making work. He's so good. So yeah, if you're watching Sosu, we'll sneak those in somehow.
No, literally. Oh my God, Brittany B. We had a Brittany win last time. The Meepits are just going for the Brittany names. Brittany the B the at, what? Brittany the B the at. Oh my God, that was so difficult. Jelly World. Yeah, if we can't find Jelly World on the map, we're just gonna have to find it in Brittany's avatar. All right, 2 more winner. A Kachik hoodie Dom avatar. I wonder what like the mechanics for like winning these would be. Like, do you redeem your Upper Deck Dom avatar, like TCG code, and then you get the matching avatar? A Fally avatar. I know that you meant to write Fally. I know that you meant to want an avatar that's upside down for Fally, but we'll take Fally.
We'll take Fally.
We'll take Fally. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you guys so much. And again, if you were one of the 3 winners, just send us a screenshot of your profile to our official Instagram or Facebook, and we'll be sure to get your prizes sorted. But without any further ado, we would love to get into the final AMA segment. So if everyone could welcome our favorite CEO, TNT Dom, the person who's working around the clock to save Neopets from Grayness, TNT Dom.
Hello. How are you doing?
Hey, where's the Kachik hood?
I'll promise I'll wear it. Maybe I'll wear it to the con and make a card.
Awesome. Okay, guys. That's a verbally binding contract. Everybody got Dom. You're on video. We have like 500 witnesses. Let's make it happen.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right. So we've got some. This time we asked around on the Nia boards to get some questions that we want you to answer. But before we jump in, we just wanted to discuss why we wanted to collect questions on the Nia boards this time around instead. So previously, we noticed that there was some like voting manipulation. So that's just why we wanted to see what it would be like if we asked on the Nia boards to see if the questions would be balanced differently. Also, Dom, do you... Firstly, something that I know that we haven't addressed in the questions yet, but I will just want to get out of the way is do we ban users based on IP? Because that's a new question that came in from the team today.
Yeah, so I think it's a myth that that the community has always been talking about. So we actually never do like mass bans based on like IP sweeps, and we never ban accounts based on just IP alone. So normally when we ban like users, like we do like thorough investigations. We look at user behaviors and then comprehensively before we make any ban decision. So of course, like occasional mistakes might happen. So if you truly believe that you're wrongly frozen, that's exactly the reason why we have introduced an appeal system, so you can get your tickets relooked at by another of our CST member to make sure that we'll treat everyone fairly. So yeah, I just want to make sure like I think we've been seeing a lot of circulation about like these IP bans myth, and I just want to make sure that we never do that. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for clearing that up. I know I see that on the communities that I'm a part of quite a bit. But yeah, Fally, next question for Dom.
Okay, Dom, sorry, we're gonna grill you. So my first question is for like the games and sites sort of category. When is the Outdoor Cup starting exactly, and what improvements can we expect to see this year?
Yeah, I know everyone is excited for Altazor Cup, and know like this year is like probably the first time we're pushing it back. It's mainly due to the plot launch, and I'm hope everyone is as excited about the new plot as I am. So it's around the corner. The press tour will start in early July, and then signups will also begin shortly after. This year there will be a new team that we've announced previously, and we're also looking at improving in a couple of areas. Firstly, there will be bug fixes for games, for example, the slushy slinger and art placement buys. Secondly, there will be like a rebalance cap on games and also like rankings. So hopefully we can make this Outdoor Cup like less grindy. And yeah, lastly, we're also looking kind of like a more interesting prizes for the prize shop. So stay tuned.
Awesome. Yeah. Less grindy is honestly the dream because I would have probably failed so many years of elementary school if Outdoor Cup wasn't in the summer and I was just like playing Shootout Showdown during class. But all right, the next question is from the Battledome category. So the question is, with weapons like Wand of Dark Fairy and Grapes of Wrath being given out as plot prizes and also at what seems like easily achievable costs, what do you see as the future for weapon progression?
Yeah, that's definitely a big question. To be honest, we debate internally about this all the time. So on one hand, we want to make the game accessible for a lot of our like the more massive user base, and also for returning players to get some of these more highly valuable items in an easier way. But like we're definitely taking feedback from the community, and like we always make adjustments. Like the prizes, the points will always change, so that we can kind of like listen to the community and make sure we fine tune what prizes get out. So we were sure that, like you're sure that like we're monitoring a lot of feedback, like what should be included in the prize pool. And there's also like myths around like, oh, there's insider knowledge and stuff like that. I just want to reassure that like we launched the prize pool for everyone to see at the same time. No one has seen it prior, apart from the team. So there shouldn't be any like insider trading or insider knowledge of any sorts. And also like apart from making some of our existing item more kind of like attainable, we are actually going to add new exciting items and weapons as the plot unfolds. So that's definitely the new way for kind of like the weapon progression to kind of add a little bit more spice back to the battle dome to make it more fun with new items being introduced. So I think that would kind of like give new goals for all the collectors and like battle dome goers to have a kind of like a new goal to really progress in this game. So that's kind of how we're trying to make it more fun and for everyone.
Makes sense. Okay, Tom, I've got the next question, which is a community concern question. So, since you promote, well, we promote our own social media, can you allow certain site names to be mentioned on the boards or in the Neo mails without getting a warning now?
Yeah, so the good news is we finally got to that. So we are going to relax our policy when it comes to mentioning social media platforms. So we're going to do it like face by face. So for now, you can mention like other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like YouTube, and all sorts without getting a warning. So you can say things like, "Oh, I'm watching YouTube today," and stuff like that. But we're still not allowing like personal social media handles or profiles to be shared because that's kind of more like how we try to like make sure we have better regulations and stuff like that. So we might need to do that in later phases. So this is just the beginning, and also for the next phase, we're also trying to lift bans on a lot of flagged words, like as we all know, like uncle, seaweed, basement, like these phrases. But like we want to make sure that this investigation would need a little bit more time to how we actually execute it, especially on the back end. As you all know, we have a really outdated kind of like monitoring and moderation like a system. So we're trying to like improve that along the way so we can do more policy updates.
Very cool. No, I can't wait to be like, guys, I was just getting a seaweed salad with my uncle in his basement. And by the way, follow the Neopets on LinkedIn. Anyways, on to the
That's a
next
nice
one.
plug.
Yeah, guys, follow the Neopets linked. It's like I'm saying it as a bit at this point, but it's not a bit. All right. So for in the art category, the question this time around is, can we get more updated shopkeeper art?
Yeah, so this is interesting. I think this is new to us, to be honest. We're probably going to add it to our long list of potential things that we can do. To be honest, like we probably don't have the bandwidth to get to kind of like these type of fixes. But we are also exploring whether we can sometimes like open up these like kind of like our fan art program, maybe like shopkeeper art and stuff like that can be done that way. But at this stage, to be honest, it's not top of our priority.
I've got a question on our NC and customization side, Dom. So, are there any plans to improve the lag that we kind of experienced during the customization and on the NC mall?
Yeah, that's definitely it's finally getting up the list. It will be something that we're looking into in the next 3 months. So I'm seeing that it's going up kind of like the our to-do list for this item. It's has been always on kind of like one of our top priorities because we know that like the customization is lagging, but we have worked some workarounds. So that one reason why we've integrated with like kind of like Neopass with Dress to Impress is actually to have kind of like our users to kind of like use like our fan run kind of like sites like Dress to Impress to do better customizations and to have better preview of like the new items that we're launching, and then kind of like doing that on the fan site while we take time to improve kind of like the lag on our site. So that's kind of one way that we hope we can have a workaround. So for our most like hardcore users who want to do a lot of customizations, that still can be done in a much, I guess, much easier way before we finally get a good fix of this issue.
Awesome. No, I love DTI. Shout out to all of our friends at Justin Plus slash Open Neo. And yeah, just moving on to the next question. It's in the premium category. So would you consider loyalty bonuses so the longer you are a premium member consecutively, the greater the prizes and the perks become?
Yes, that's actually a great idea. It's been discussed internally, and then it will be it will be part of the whole premium revamp that we're doing. Um, so yeah, we've kind of teased that with our latest kind of like premium sale like a few weeks ago. So we are looking at kind of like revamping the whole premium program. We should include more perks, and then we should be rewarding loyalties, especially for players who've been kind of like a loyalty premium player for many years consecutively. So we will be looking into that, and then The target is to kind of like start designing the program. That's already in the works. But how we're going to launch it, we're definitely trying to launch it within this year. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And this is something that we're already working on. A lot of discussions has already been ongoing. So yeah, it will be launched.
I've got a burning question that I am really also interested in knowing the answer to, Dom. So, this is a three-part, by the way. How is the October Purge going to work? Secondly, do you have any thoughts on finding a safe way to protect, or to purge accounts that might go to a real user? And oh, okay, she's just crossed it out for me to ask. Who will get? I'm going to ask anyway. Who's going to get the name Luna?
So yeah, so the purge will be, well, we're starting in October, but it's gonna be a pretty long-term project, to be honest. Like we're gonna have to do it like very meticulously. We haven't done it in many years, but we have looked at how we did it in the past. The good news is that like this purge will be a big part of how we can improve our site performance, because we can clean up excess data, and then like server calls would be much quicker. And then we want to get the word out that we are starting the purge process. Like on one hand, we want to make sure lapsed users are given enough time to come back and log in before we execute this and they lose their data and accounts forever. So if you have friends that are thinking of coming back to Neopets or starting to play again, ask them to come back and say hi to their childhood pets or whatnot before the purge happens. But I would say the account purge is actually an extremely challenging task, and it's like there's like millions of data points, and we have like a very outdated kind of like data tables that we're kind of like cross-referencing each other, even like manually inputting stuff. So how we actually do the purge will be a very daunting task, but it's something that it's actually will take place kind of like over at least like multiple months. It's going to be similar to how we've done it in the past, but with like in a better way. In terms of how we're going to re-release like these names and accounts, we're still in a lot of discussion on how we should be able to do it. So we can't really review too much at this stage. But I would say I would say like it won't be purged all at once, and then all the names would become available. That's not feasible. So it will be kind of like done on a face-by-face basis.
That makes sense, and I don't know who will get to own the name Luna. I perhaps at our next review I'll ask this question again, but for now we'll just move on to the next question in the Neopoints category. So this question is: will the Scarl collectible charm ever actually be fixed?
Yeah, so that's why it's great to have these AMAs. It's because of this question, we actually realized that we haven't fixed this. The team internally has reported that this bug was fixed, and then only until this point of this AMA, we actually reinvestigated and then realized that, oh, the bug is still there. So we are looking into it now, and then we'll put it kind of like on our to-do list and make sure we fix it. Yeah.
And I've got a question about contests and spotlights, Dom. So do you plan to update any of the contests?
Yeah, so we're actually looking at a few things, and something that's, for example, like a few categories that we've discussed is that, for example, like there's a lot of outdated rules. And then most recently, the team has already updated the art gallery and beauty contest rules, and they're now linked to the FAQs. So I think that's like a first step. But unfortunately, when it comes to increasing the size upload, which a lot of our users are asking, it's kind of like a server issue. Like we kind of like increase the server uploads, and then like it's kind of like we'll increase the cost and the server capacity, and our site kind of like lag issue is probably a more daunting task for us to look into first. So we can't really just increase the size uploads kind of like overnight. It could be done, but like it's just a lot of balancing that we need to do. So also like secondly, a lot of users are talking about like the submission of AI art. So I would say like the team is already using AI detection tools to make sure that this doesn't slip by as much. But to be honest, like most AI detection tools are not improving as fast as AI art generation creation tools. So we'll try our best to look at what we can do, and we're sure that we'll try to make sure that these AI art just don't get slipped by. And then, yeah, lastly, I think we're also exploring adding an invisible pet category for customization. We know that like the everyone is like so creative when it comes to invisible pets. So that's a potential category that we're adding.
Oh, that's incredible. That's exciting because I am like I don't know what a pet is. Like I don't know how to pronounce caw, but I do NC and like on board 31. All we want is for invisible pets to be in the competitions.
And I thought Caillou was bad on my behalf as a kid.
Oh, you say cow you?
As
Like
a kid, I
Caillou,
did.
the kids show?
Like Caillou.
No.
You just blew
Caw.
me out of the water. Like
Wait, Dom, how do you say the Neopet that's LUPE?
Loop is how I say it, but like, yeah, I'm not that great
I
with
say
all
Lupe.
these pronouncements.
I
I say Luke.
Valley
I'm
with
sorry.
Swifty. You also say loop?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
God, no, I
I will
promise you,
say
I can't.
Kudra.
No, I can't be the weird one. Lupe. Okay, well, I'm just gonna move on to the last question. So the last question is in our avatars category, and they say, can we make avatars that are not locked based on the region? So, for example, the new Battledome TCG is currently only available in USA and Canada, but it feels a little bit unfair for people in other regions who aren't able to purchase the decks to get those avatars.
Yeah, I understand that it's unfair, and sometimes like our goal is definitely to make like avatars to be like not locked based on region. So, like for example, we'll hope that like Upper Deck will finally get to the stage where they will release the TCG to like a globally and ship globally. But sometimes a lot of these are decisions kind of made by our licensees, and mainly out of kind of like their business consideration. So to make sure that there's enough demand in USA and Canada first, launch of a success before they kind of like seeds them in this part of the world, and then try to see if there are distributors that are interested to really distribute this product on a global basis. I think this is kind of like part of the whole Neopets like revival and renaissance, is that before we get kind of like popular again globally, sometimes it's hard to get our licensees to distribute our products on a global basis because it probably doesn't make sense on a business kind of like reasoning. And sometimes like I understand like shipping can be really expensive to certain parts of the world. So those are things that leads to kind of people, users feeling that like the avatars are locked based on region. Unfortunately, we are trying to kind of like work more closely with our licensees to make sure that they have like a better capacity to distribute globally. But sometimes these decisions are not solely made by us.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. There's always things behind the scenes and like, reasons for things. But yeah, thank you for all of your updates. Thank you for your time, Dom. We'll see you in the next live. And yeah. Thank you everyone.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Bye guys.